Good afternoon, my dear students and friends. Myself, Dr. Ravikant Pathak, and I'm going to start your video lecture class. In the last video lecture, we have discussed about the histology of uriniferous tubules. And in this video lecture, I will talk about the next topic of this chapter, and the name of the topic you can say here, the types of kidney on the basis of embryonic development. So here we will see how many types of the kidney generally found on the basis of embryonic development. So first, basically three different types. First, you can say Pronephros, Mesonephros, and Meatnephric. But other also they have given. We will see here. So first of all, they have given about the Archaeonephros kidney. Archaeo, you know very well, archaeo term related to the ancient. Okay, so Archaeonephros is the name given to the hypothetical. Hypothetical means this is the imagine. You can say this is the imaginary kidney. So hypothetical primitive kidney of the ancestral vertebrates means vertebral ancestor, means you can say our ancestors they have the such type of the kidney, Archaeonephros kidney. It is also called the holonephros or complete kidney. Why we will say holonephros or complete kidney? Because it extends entire length of the coelom. You will see, so suppose that this is the gut, so this is the coelom or gut, and this kidney extend throughout the entire length of the gut. So due to this, it is also known as the Archaeonephros or holonephros kidney. Its tubules are segmentally arranged and nephrostome is present. We will see only the pronephros as well as Archaeonephros. Both have the nephrostome. After that, we will see about the nephrotome. So nephrostome, only the pronephros means pronephros kidney as well as Archaeonephros kidney. They have the nephrostome, and there is no they have the glomerulus, but without capsule, no Bowman capsule found. If you'll see in the figure, with the help of figure you can easily understand. So here this is the glomerulus region, but in the glomerulus region no Bowman capsule generally found. So glomerulus is the external without capsule, and its ducts is called as the Archaeonephric duct. If you'll see here, this is structure. So this duct is also known as the Archaeonephric duct. So this is Archaeonephric duct, and here they have the tubules like structure, and this is the glomerulus region, and they have no Bowman capsule. So simply you can say capsule is discovered by the scientist Bowman, so they gave the name Bowman, but here no capsule found. And such type of the kidney generally found in the larva of myxine, that is you can say hagfish, and this belong from the stomata, cyclostomata. So cyclostomata, that means myxine. So they show the myxine, also known as the hagfish. They show their larva. Their larva generally have, and some apoda. Apoda means no food, no limbs. So such type of amphibians, they have the Archaeonephros kidney. Archaeonephros kidney, other property here you can say excretory organ of the primitive vertebrate ancestors, means our ancestors fish, we generally considered our ancestor as a fish. So vertebrate ancestors, they have the very primitive, or you can say hypothetical kidney. It is not actual, but we are generally assumed. Okay, and it is composed of the paired Archaeonephric duct. So here it is generally have the paired Archaeonephric duct. Okay, and located on the dorsal side of the body cavity extending the length of the coelom. So it is generally found in the dorsal side. So dorsal side, like you know, kidney also you have to see their location. So same thing also here. Each duct has a pair of tubules. You will see. So every duct. So suppose that in the figure you can see this is one pair, and another is also like that. So here they have the two, each pair means they have the one pair. So each duct has a pair of the tubules to a segment. Each duct has a pair of tubules to a segment, and the tubules open into the coelom through the nephrostome. Very important. Nephrostome is the structure, embryonic structure, which involved or which developed the Archaeonephros kidney. Okay, so this is the nephrostome, and I had already told about the nephrostome. It is only found in the Archaeonephros as well as Pronephros kidney. So now we will see kidney tubules. What is the kidney tubules? So these kidney tubules, simply you can say nephron. So kidney tubules nephron arise in the embryo in a linear series from a special part of mesoderm, that is called mesomere or nephrotome. So nephron and nephrons, you know very well, in case of the mammals nephrons only found. So due to this nephrotome found in the basically in metanephric kidney. So nephrotome basically found in the metanephric kidney, and kidney is the basically derived from the mesoderm. It is only derived from the mesoderm or mesomere, or simply you can say this is also known as the nephrotome. And modern vertebrates exhibit. So if you see, so what is saying, modern vertebrates exhibit three different kinds of adult kidney: pronephros, mesonephros, and metanephros. So three different basic types of the kidney generally found: pronephros, mesonephros, and metanephros. So here you can see, first if you see the reason of the backbone. So firstly firstly cervical vertebrae, then thoracic vertebrae, and then lumbar vertebrae, and then also sacral, and different names generally found. So sacral and one more also. So here if you see a pronephros kidney. So pronephros kidney is generally located in the thoracic region. So it's generally located in the thoracic region. So cervical you have to know 7, and thoracic 1 to 12, and lumbar 5. So at the thoracic region pronephros kidney is generally found, and this is the very less stable. This is the very less stable, and less stable means you can say when the formation means when the embryonic development takes place, and gestation period within 4 to 5 week they have started to degenerate, and it is not functional in case of the vertebrate. It is functional only the anemniotes. Anemniotes means fish and amphibians, they have the such type of the kidney. Okay, second is the mesonephros. If you see, so this is located in the thoracic as well as lumbar. So you can say thoraco-lumbar vertebrae. So it's generally found thoraco-lumbar vertebrae in position. And mesonephric, it is also function only the vertebrate and embryonic stage. This mesonephric kidney, it is the functional at only the embryonic stage, but when vertebrates converted into the adults, after that this mesonephros become disappear, and it form a metanephros kidney. So metanephros kidney, which is located to the sacral region, and they have the one special structure which is responsible for formation of the metanephric kidney, that is called the uretic bud. So these uretic buds, and there is the cloaca. Cloaca is the dilated form of the gut. So dilated form of the gut, which is known as the cloaca. So basically three different types of the kidney generally found: pronephros, mesonephros, and metanephros. So but we have to see like Archaeonephros, which is the hypothetical or imaginary, which is generally found in the larva of myxine and limbless amphibians. So now we will see first they have given about the pronephros. Before I am going to discuss pronephros, so here you can see further about the three different types of the kidney. So this is the if you'll see, so they have the three different region. This is the means first is the thoracic, then lumbar, and then sacrum. So we have to see their vertebrae 26 in number. So 7 is the cervical, and 12 from T1 to T12, that is thoracic, and 5 is the lumbar and sacral, and one more also I am forgetting the name. Okay, so now you can say this generally found. If you see in the thoracic region, so thoracic region they have the pronephros, and pronephros they have the nephrostomes. I had already told. So they have also pronephros also have the nephrostomes, and after that mesonephros and metanephros, they don't have the nephrostome. Okay, and the nephrotome is the nephrotome is the place where they generally arise. So these pronephric kidney, or simply you can say pronephros kidney. So this is only ancient type. You can say this is also primitive, and this is this only degenerate during the first during 4th week of the gestation period. After that it will become degenerate. and it is the functional only the means non-vertebrates, simply you can say fish and amphibians. Means vertebrates, non-vertebrates is not correct word, vertebrates and fish and amphibians, they have the such type of the kidney. After that you can see there is the mesonephric kidney, and it's the developing from the mesonephric tubules, and it's generally located in the thoracic thoracovertebral thoracolumbar vertebral column. Okay, and after that they have the intermediate mesoderm, which is also located, and which will also further form the metanephric kidney. So after that, if you see, this is show the mesonephric kidney. This is the mesonephric kidney. They have the Bowman capsule, but in case of the pronephros, there is no capsule. They have the only simple form. And pronephros, they form the 5 to 7 tubular structure in case of the fish and other animals. Okay, and if you see in case of the mesonephros, so mesonephros, this is the mesonephros kidney, which is located in the thoracolumbar vertebral position. Okay, and after that, this is the here cloaca region is the dilated part of the gut, and this tubule like structure generally called the mesonephric duct. This is called the mesonephric duct. Here this is called the pronephric duct, and here you can see this is the metanephric duct. Now nephric duct, here they have been, if you'll see, so within the means you can say gestation period of the fourth week, after that this kidney means pronephros kidney become degenerated, and after that it will mesonephros kidney become functional. Further metanephric kidney will come, and these metanephric kidney, when the I had already told mesonephric is the functional only, mesonephric kidney functional only the embryonic stage of the vertebrate. After that this got replaced by the, it's only replaced by the metanephric kidney, and metanephric kidney they have the ureteric bud, which involves in the formation of the metanephric. And metanephric, this is the functional kidney of the vertebrate, adult vertebrate. Okay, so now they have given about the different types of the kidney. Okay, now we will see next next it have given about the first you can say that is the pronephros kidney. So now we will see about the pronephros kidney. Pronephros, it originates from the anterior part. I had already discussed. This is also called the anterior kidney. You have to see it originates from the anterior part of the nephrotome. It originates from the anterior part of the nephrotome, and it is also called the head kidney. It is also called the head kidney. Why? Due to its anterior position. So due to its anterior position, this is also called the anterior kidney or head kidney. There are only 5 to 7 in human embryo. Their number is the 5 to 7. Okay, and which are segmentarily arranged. So it is formed in the segments we have to see in the figure. And duct is the pronephric duct or Mullerian duct. So their duct is also called the pronephric or Mullerian duct. A pair of pronephros, we have to see in like that. So pronephros, a pair of pronephros appear in all vertebrate embryo, but they become functions kidney in the adult myxine and embryos of all amniotes. It is the pair of nephros appears in all vertebrate embryo. It is also located inside our body, but fourth week, after the fourth week of the gestation period, it become degenerate. But here, when functional, it functions, but becomes functions in kidney in adult myxine as well as embryo of amniotes. And amniotes means fish and amphibians. So myxines, I had already told, it belongs from the class cyclostomata. And this kidney found in the transitory. Transitory means this is the transition stage. This is the transition stage types of the kidney in all vertebrates embryo. So it is generally located in every vertebrate's embryo, but functional, but basically functional in the body of myxine as well as amniotes, fish as well as amphibians. So everyone have the such type of the kidney. So now pronephros, here you can say with the help of figure, and you can easily understand. So here the pronephros, it develops from the cranial most part of the urogenital ridge. Okay, It generally derives from the cranial and the urogenital region from where it is generated. So you will see in the figure. So suppose that this is the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So total 5 to 7 they have the kidney, and it is generally located at the anterior part of the duct, and this duct also known as the Mullerian duct or Pronephric duct. And here in the figure you can say this is also located anterior part, so it is also known as the head kidney. It is the transitory means transition and non-functional. In case of the vertebrate embryo, this is not functional, but in case of the anemniotes means amphibians and fishes and mixine, so they mixine adults, they have the such type of the kidney. I had already told mixine larval stage they have the Archaeonephros kidney, mixine larval stage, and apoda amphibians both have the Archaeonephros kidney, but mixine adult as well as anemniotes, fish and amphibians, so they have the Pronephros kidney. So they have the Pronephros kidney, and it is the transitory. You can say they have given and regress by the completely 5 weeks of the gestation, and it is the analogous to the primitive fish. That means this is the primitive fish kidney. You can say it is also known as the primitive fish kidney. So now you can see this is the figure. So this is showing prenephros, and here nephritic duct, and here nephrogenic duct. So means pronephros is only found in the amniote. So such type of the kidney found in the anemniotes as well as mixine. Okay. So now next we will see about the mesonephros kidney. Mesonephros, here you can see mesonephros is the originates from the middle part of the nephrotome. It generally originates from the middle parts of the nephrotome, and the duct is the mesonephric duct or Wolffian duct. We have to see pronephric duct called the Mullerian duct, and here mesonephric duct is also known as the Wolffian duct. And nephrostome is absent except some embryos of anemniotes. I had already told nephrostomes only found in the Archaeonephros as well as Pronephros kidney. It is not present in the Mesonephros as well as Metanephros kidney. So that statements are given. If you read this statement, so you can easily understand. So here they have given the nephrostome is absent except some embryo of anemniotes. We have to see in anemniotes like fish, amphibians, and mixine. So these are considered as anemniotes, and these have the two different types of the kidney. First is the Archaeonephros or Mesonephros. Archaeonephros in the larval stage of the mixine as well as apoda amphibians, they have the such type. And pronephros anemniotes means fish and amphibians, and mixine adults they have the such type of the kidney. An example in anemniotes like amniotes, not anemniotes, in amniotes, reptiles, birds and mammals, mesonephros kidney is functional only the embryonic stage. After that it replaced by the metanephros in adult. It means when the become mature stage means when it will get the mature embryo converted into the adults. So now this kidney become replaced by the metanephros kidney, and metanephros is the functional vertebrate adult kidney. In frog, mesonephric duct is also known as the Bider's canals. This I've already asked in your NEET exam. Bider's canals. So Bider's or Bider's canals, which carry the sperm and urine both. So which carry the sperm and urine both. So mesonephric duct in case of the frog, it is also known as the Bider's canal. Now, in fish and amphibians, tubules extend through the length of coelom. There is also one different type of the kidney. What is saying in fish and amphibians, these tubules, mesonephric tubules, okay, tubules extend through the length of coelom behind the pronephros. We have to see with the help of figure. You can see. Suppose that this is the duct. This is the duct, and the basis of different position they have given the different name. And this is the posterior side, and this is the anterior side. So in the anterior side we have to see there is the pronephros, here the mesonephros, pronephros, this is the pronephros, and here in between mesonephros, and last sacrum region, that is the metanephric. This is the metanephric. Clear? This is the metanephric. Okay, now If you'll see, so this I have given Pronephros, Mesonephros, Pronephros, Mesonephros, and Mesonephros. It is saying in fish and amphibians, tubules extended throughout the length of coelom. Suppose that this is the here they have the duct. This is the duct. Okay, I will change the color so then you can understand so easily. Suppose that this is the duct. This is the duct. Okay, and here there is the also duct, tubular structure which is known as the duct. So this is the anterior side. It is said in fish and amphibians, tubules extended through the length of coelom. So this is the coelom behind the pronephros. Behind pronephros means posterior side. So in the posterior side forms a entire nephrotome. So here also form the entire nephrotome. And left behind the pronephros. So it means near the pronephros region. So this is called the opisthonephrous kidney. Opisthonephrous kidney means simply you can say this is a type of the structure nephrotome. This nephrotome here, nephrotome at the posterior side or behind the pronephros. It is saying in fish and amphibians, tubules extend through the length of coelom behind the pronephros and form an entire nephrotome. And this is called the opisthonephrous kidney. And the opisthonephrous kidney, especially in males, differentiated into the anterior genital and post-renal part. It is basically found in the male fish or male fish, and these male fish differentiated into the anterior genital part, means they form the anterior genital part as well as post-renal part. So it will also form the post-renal part. So this is the mesonephros kidney. We will see figure. With the help of figure here you can easily understand. So mesonephros kidney develops caudal to the pronephros in the thoracic lumbar region. So that means I had already told mesonephros located in the thoracolumbar vertebral region. Thoracolumbar vertebral region. So here this figure you see. So with the help of ring, they representing the mesothoracic kidney. Okay, and this mesothoracic kidney I had already discussed. This is functional only the embryonic stage in the vertebrate. Okay, and after that when vertebrates get converted into the adult, so after that this mesonephros kidney replaced by the metanephros kidney, and it consists of a series of the tubules that drain into the nephric duct. So it consists a series of tubules. They have the series of tubules which drain into the nephric duct and ultimately which can be called the mesonephric duct. We have to see like pronephric duct in case of the pronephric duct and mesonephric duct. So this have been, and this is transitionary. This is also transitionary excretory organ of for the embryo until metanephros takes over. Means when the metanephric kidney will not form till to that time, it will do their function. So it means mesonephros kidney will perform the function till to formation of the metanephric kidney. Okay, so this is the story about the mesonephros. Okay, now we will see the next is the metanephros, that is the recent, you can say this is the recent and functional kidney in the vertebrate, and it is found in the amniotes basically amphibians, reptiles and mammals. Sorry, not amphibians, reptile, birds and mammals. Okay, and in case of the mammals, they also form the loop of Henle, but loop of Henle is not found in the reptiles as well as birds. So now here you can see. First, they have given the it originates from the posterior part of the nephrotome. Posterior part of the nephrotome is simply you can say sacrum region. Sacrum is the bone which is found in the vertebrae. And when metanephric tubules, what is saying, metanephric tubules develop, all the mesonephric tubules disappear, and except those associated with the testis, means mesonephris total will not appear, total will not disappear. Some region of the mesonephric it will remain, which is responsible for formation of the testis, as testis in the male as well as forming of the vasa efferentia. So these two things for the formation, which cells will be responsible for the mesonephric kidney part, which is responsible for the formation of testis in the male as well as vasa efferentia it will not disappear, and other part of the mesonephric kidney totally disappear, and it occupied the metanephros. It is occupied the metanephros kidney. And nephrostome absent. This is the very important. I had already told number of times. I'm also telling again. So these nephrostome only found in the Archaeonephros kidney as well as Pronephros kidney. Mesonephros, metanephros, they don't have the nephrostome. Everyone have the metanephric. A thin U-shaped loop of LA forms between the proximal convoluted and distal convoluted tubules, which is incomplete in reptiles and birds and well developed. It is the well developed in mammals. It is the well developed in mammals, and duct is the metanephric or ureter. So simply you can say here, U-shaped loop of LA I had already discussed forms between the proximal convoluted tubules and distal convoluted tubules, which is incomplete. Incomplete means short, which is short in the reptiles and birds. But in case of the mammals, there is the well developed, and they are responsible for the filtration of the urine. Okay, and it also involves in the conservation of the water. This is the method of the loop. Important role of the loop of LA. And similarly, like pronephric, mesonephric, here also called the metanephric duct or simply ureter. The kidney is highly compact, which possesses innumerable means they have the large number of, we have to see in case of the human adult kidney, they have the 10 lakh 1 million nephrons only formed. So here they have the innumerable nephrons, and it is found in the all amniotes, basically reptile, birds and mammals. So this is the metanephric kidney, which is found in the higher vertebrates. So here this is the figure. With the help of figure you can easily understand. First here metanephros, it is the third and final stage of the kidney development. We have to start it from the pronephros, mesonephros and metanephros. Before the pronephros, they have also hypothetical or imaginary kidney, which is found in the larval stage of the myxine, as well as apoda amphibians. They have the Archaeonephros kidney, but basically three different types of the kidney development generally found: pronephros, mesonephros and metanephros. So metanephros is the third and final stage of the kidney development, and it results from the reciprocal inductive signals. It generally develops from the means they got the reciprocal induction signals between the metanephric mesenchyme and uretic buds. Mesenchyme, that is the mesenchyma, prosenchyma, mesenchyma, different mesenchyme cells, which is the responsible for formation of the particular organ. So these mesenchyme, metanephric mesenchyme as well as uretic bud. So here you can see with the help of figure. So this is the uretic bud, which will be responsible for uretic bud at the caudal end of the urogenital bridge. So this will be responsible for the formation of metanephric kidney, and there is the urogenital bridge in which it helps in the formation of such metanephric kidney. Uretic bud is an outgrowth at the distal end. This uretic bud, if you see, uretic bud is the outgrowth at the distal end of the metanephric kidney of the Wolffian means that is the mesonephric. So distal end of the mesonephric duct, first visible at approx 5 weeks of the gestation. Okay, so these uretic buds, they generally appear they visible at the 5 weeks of the gestation. After that it will be disappear. So uretic bud is the outer growth distal end of the Wolffian duct, and these uretic bud also disappear after the 5th weeks of the gestation. Like you can say similarly to the pronephros, you know, also it will form, but after 4th week of the gestation it will become degenerate. So this is the story about the metanephric kidney, which is the functional and adult vertebrate kidney. Okay, so thank you for watching, and everyone should share and subscribe my channel and hit the bell icon for regular updates. So thank you again.